Hey y'all, how's it going? I am Joy, and that is Steve, and we are back finally with the NFL predictions versus after my own little bye week in last week's episode of this.
Welcome back, Joy. We all
Thank you.
missed you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was, last week was definitely interesting. I'm feeling a little bit better now, so
hmm
myself and the PC should be good to go, in theory.
hmm Yeah. We
So,
should thank everyone last week there who pitched in there to help me.
yeah, John really came in clutch as a pinch hitter on that one.
hmm
It was definitely helpful. Definitely appreciate you for stepping up and helping me out with that.
Not a
And then
problem.
also thanks to Jonas for uploading it for me as well. So
hmm
I definitely appreciate that. It went up at 3 my time instead of noon my time because
hmm
I didn't say that it was noon my time. I just said noon. And so he went off of his time. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of confusion on that, but
hmm
it's all good. It went up in time.
Yeah.
And Dino went 500 actually. So that's good. And now we have the new standings for after week 5.
Okay.
So we are John and I are tied for first at 53 and 25, followed by Papa Agron, who is 50 and 28. Then Steve and SDS are tied at 48 and 30.
hmm
Buff is 44-34.
hmm
Troll is 43-35. And Dino, after his amazing alone game last week when he chose the Steelers, if y'all missed that short, I will go ahead and link it up here. He is now 3 and 2.
hmm
Also, didn't realize, but he went against the Ravens 2 weeks in a row, so he really just doesn't like Baltimore, and I don't know why, but we're here for it.
hmm His prerogative.
Yeah, honestly. But okay, so where do you want to start on our quick little look back here?
Okay, let's start with our usual regret of the week there. And for me, there, it's obviously trusting the Broncos to beat the Jets there. That was a huge mistake on my end.
Yeah, I will say. I think that Nathaniel Hackett had extra motivation going
hmm
into that game. I'm not going to really credit Nathaniel Hackett because I don't really. I mean, I understand him getting ousted as a coach. I don't think he was a good head
hmm
coach at all.
hmm
But he did do a very decent job
Yeah.
coordinating against his former
hmm
team, so
Yeah.
kudos.
hmm
Um, for me, I'm not entirely sure. I think I'm probably gonna say the Titans over the Colts for my regret.
hmm
I should have gone against the Titans like my usual plan so
hmm
that they can actually win because
hmm
I know me and my luck, and I feel bad about that one.
True.
The shocker though for me has to be the Bears.
Obviously, there,
Yeah,
because
mortified.
yeah, obviously they had motivation an hour before the game, learning of the passing of great defensive player Dick Buckus.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, of course.
hmm
I shall not speak ill,
hmm
but also that game made me sad.
hmm
Um, so in a way, I'm glad they won for him.
hmm
Nice little in memoriam. It would have
hmm
been nice if they had more of like a defensive stand
True.
in memoriam rather than
hmm
Washington just having no defensive answer at
Yeah.
all.
True.
So that was unfortunate. Also, the Bears game kind of destroyed me in fantasy football this year because
hmm
Justin Fields popped off, and I happened to be facing him
Yeah.
against Troll's team. So, what was your shock then? Or are you
Yeah.
going with the Bears as well?
I might as well agree with you 100% there. But I was originally going to say the Vegas beating the Packers there. That was a little bit of a shocker on my end.
Yeah, a little bit, but also I knew that the Packers weren't any good,
Yeah.
so I just kind of went with it, hoping
Yeah.
that they were better. And then
Yeah.
turns out I was wrong, and I should have just trusted my spite.
Yeah.
Sometimes the spite is right.
Yeah.
So, what about game of the week then? I'll let you take that one.
Ooh. Dino's pick from last week. I'm going to say the Steelers beating the Ravens there.
Yeah, that was one heck of a finish, I gotta say.
hmm
Um, I can't really be me and just say that it was the Lions game that was my game of the week, although
hmm
I really did enjoy their beatdown.
hmm
Um, I think I'm gonna go Chiefs and Vikings for my game of the week.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good back and forth. The Vikings were very surprising, I think, for some people, but the refs kind of blowing some of the calls late.
True.
Just once again giving the Chiefs the victory because they did that same thing in week 4.
Mm-hmm. True.
You can kind of see the writing on the wall here.
Yeah.
It's what's best for business.
Mm-hmm. True.
And it's unfortunate, but again, it is a business at the end of the day. So we will see, speaking of, if that continues in next week, if you are ready.
Mm-hmm. Ready to go.
All right, because we are starting week 6, and we have the Chiefs hosting the Broncos.
Yeah, obviously, the Broncos are in turmoil right now there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And with the Chiefs, they suffered a little bit of a scare last week with Travis Kelce. They're almost twisting his ankle there. That wouldn't be good for not only fans of the Chiefs but all the Swiftie fans.
Yeah, there was talk that Swifties Unite were going to get the NFL to change their turf standards so that Travis Kelce doesn't have to get himself hurt again.
Yeah, exactly.
And then other, non-Swift fans were saying that if the Swifties can actually get the NFL to change things, I will become a Swiftie. I'm not going to go that far. I think it was, clearly an accident. It was a non-combat injury, or non-contact injury, rather, excuse me.
Exactly. But with me, obviously, I'm going to go with the Chiefs over the Broncos at home.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Now, I will say, though, that the Broncos have a history, at least the last few years, of making life a little bit more difficult for the Chiefs in their games. So I do think that there is a potential for it to be closer than expected, but also, no, it's the Chiefs in the NFL. Even if it is going to be close, something's going to happen to make it not close.
Yeah, true.
So, unfortunate. All right, next we have the Ravens and the Titans over in jolly old England.
True. Obviously, two teams coming off huge losses there.
Yeah,
Maybe
I will say that the Ravens' loss is probably more surprising.
True. And I don't know what happened to King Henry there with the Titans there.
I don't know. I trust him still. It's kind of the rest of the team that I'm having some trouble getting behind right now, which is unfortunate, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. So with me this week, I'm going to go with the Ravens over the Titans unless Dino decides to pick the Titans there.
Now, his game is coming up later.
Okay.
I actually agree with you, and I'm taking the Ravens as well. More so because I'm going to try my strategy again and see if I'm going to be able to go 2-2 on Tennessee winning when I don't choose them, because that'll give me a lot of insight going forward.
Yeah.
All right, next up should be a pretty close game, I think. We have Washington and Atlanta.
Yeah. Obviously, Washington coming off that huge loss to the Bears there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. They didn't show up. Their defense just didn't show up, and I thought their defense was supposed to be bussin'. I don't know what happened. I really don't.
Yeah. And obviously, Atlanta there coming off that huge win against the Texans there. I never saw it coming.
Yeah, that was... I don't even know when it actually happened, because last I heard it was... what was it? It was 18-something.
Yeah.
Not 19... It was 1918 Houston, and then next thing I know, 21-19. So I know that it was a field goal. I know that the kicker that I have in fantasy did good for me, but it was surprising.
Yeah. But with me there, I'm going to take the Falcons at home to beat the Commanders.
I am in agreement, and one little funny thing that I noticed when I was looking at this game, it is the battle of the B. Robinsons. We have Brian Robinson in Washington and Bijan Robinson in Atlanta. So which B. Robinson is going to be the best?
Yeah.
And I am trusting Atlanta's run game. and they're
Yeah.
at home.
Yeah.
And the Commanders lost to the Bears. You get my spite just for that alone.
Yeah. There you go.
And speaking of, we have the Vikings and the Bears.
Yeah. Obviously, as we discussed, the Bears are finally turning the corner there for some reason. No offense.
It was one game.
Yeah.
Even a blind squirrel can find a nut every now and then.
Hi, Dino.
Hi, buddy. You can't have any chicken yet. It's not done. Stop it.
And obviously, the Vikings there, I don't know what happened to them against the Chiefs last week there.
The refs happened.
Yeah, true.
It was like a 4th and 15 or something, so the odds of them actually getting it weren't great.
Yeah.
But they drew 3 flags
Yeah.
on that final play, and none of them stayed. They all got picked up. So much so that the ref even told the guy to put his helmet back on before I flag you.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen because TJ Watt took his helmet off during the Ravens and Steelers game, and he got flagged. So,
True.
one versus the other, you should have flagged for that.
True. But with me there, I think I'm going to go with a little bit of an upset there. I think the Bears will win at home and hope, and with the fans there paying a huge tribute to Mr. Dick Butkus there to help him win.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, but I couldn't. I can't do that. I'm me. Yeah. I took the Vikings. I'm not going to go with the Bears. Even if the motivation was there, even if the league said the Bears are going to win because they're at home right after Butkus passes, I can't do it. I'm taking Minnesota. So we have our first split. Unfortunately. We actually did pretty good though so far. On the splits. Normally we have them immediately, so that's a plus. All right, next up we have Seattle on the bye, or coming straight off the bye, going to Cincinnati.
Yeah, obviously Seattle there with the huge rest there. Hopefully all their weapons can come back there, and the Bengals obviously many were writing them off, saying Joe Burrow's injured. He's damaged goods. There were wrong last week after they beat Arizona. But with me, I think I'm going to go with the Bengals at home to Seattle.
All right, we have back-to-back splits because I am actually trusting Seattle coming off of the bye on the road. Now, I do think that Cincinnati can win this one for sure, but I'm going to trust my instincts with a team rested and coming off the bye.
True.
But speaking of coming off the bye and being more rested, sort of, we have the Browns hosting the 49ers. So, yeah, I don't think that my logic is going to really apply here.
True.
Just saying.
Yeah, because obviously this is a bad game for Cleveland to come off a bye there, coming against one of the biggest teams in the league right now there.
Yeah, definitely team to beat, especially in the NFC, for sure.
So I imagine we'll both be in agreement to take the Niners?
Oh yeah, I am trusting my my two boys in gold. 100%.
True.
We don't even need to talk about this one. You shouldn't have to talk about this one either. We have the Panthers and the Dolphins.
Yeah,
also,
obviously.
I apologize for my voice falling out. I'm hearing it.
There. Obviously, this one's a no-brainer. Dolphins there. I was hoping last week they would score a 40-pointer against the Giants there, but I think this week they'll do the 40-pointer against the Panthers.
I mean, if Detroit can do it and Miami can't, I'm just saying. But I agree. I'm taking Miami for sure.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if Carolina wins.
True.
But no. All right. Next up, fresh off of their UK tour, we have the Jaguars welcoming division rival Colts to town.
Yeah. True. Coming up 2 wins in a row in England there. Against huge competition there. The Jags are back in the contention there.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that their division being as weak as they are
True.
definitely helps them a lot.
Yeah. And the Colts, they're obviously coming off a little bit of a shocking win against the Titans there. Imagine how powerful a team they'll be once Jonathan Taylor comes back on the roster there.
That would be really nice. Although I will say I kind of like their other stud running back that they have, Zach
Mm-hmm.
Moss. I think
True.
he's not bad at all.
Yeah. And obviously, I know you're not a fan of their quarterback, Gardner Minshew.
No, no, I'm really not. I never have been, but I will say that he did do a decent job of holding down the fort. So
True.
I
True.
will give him that.
True. But,
Unfortunately.
but with me, I think it's going to be three in a row for the Jags there, and they'll beat the Colts.
Yep, I agree. I do think that it is highly, highly possible that the Colts can upset them because that's kind of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm taking Jacksonville. I don't see them really slowing down
Yeah.
this week.
True.
Alrighty. Moving on, we have the very surprising Texans hosting the Saints.
Yeah. Obviously, nobody can tell what's happening with the Texans. There, one week they're world beaters, and next week they're playing horrible.
Yeah, honestly. They're very wishy washy, and that's
Yeah.
never good in this league. Like, you have to have some level of consistency.
Yeah. But with me, they're obviously I'm going to trust their Carr's offense there after coming off injury there, even though he may still be a little banged up. They they can still hold the fort there, and they'll this week they'll beat the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, but also I want to state that if New Orleans struggles with Houston, it's really going to show
Mm-hmm.
how bad New England really is.
New
So
Orleans.
like Houston cannot run up a score or play well against New Orleans, or
Mm-hmm.
it's spelling doom
Mm-hmm.
for the Patriots,
Yeah.
who we will be seeing in our next matchup when they go to the Raiders.
Yeah. Obviously, with Vegas there, last week I didn't trust him because I was concerned Jimmy G wasn't starting because of his concussion, but I guess he came off the protocol and came with a huge win against the Packers there.
I actually forgot about that entirely.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And obviously, New England, they're just a shell team. They can't get it done there. Forget about Zach Jones being a quarterback. I think it's time to for Belichick to put in Bailey Zappi.
You know what? I think a lot of Patriots fans would probably be saying the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like Mac Jones. I do believe that he is more of a dirty player than a QB should be
Mm-hmm.
known to be.
True.
And he can't get out of his own way. Like when he has a bad pick or something, it like seems to stay with him, and then the
Mm-hmm.
rest of his entire game is just shot.
Yeah.
So like if he makes any mistakes early,
Mm-hmm.
which it's really easy to make him make mistakes, so you just have to like keep the pressure on, blitz him a few times,
Mm-hmm.
make him jittery, and then he'll make mistakes, and he can't seem to recover from those, which is funny because he's not exactly a rookie,
True.
so he shouldn't be still having those kinds of problems. But I don't know. I would love to see what Zappy has.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see them beat Josh McDaniels because I've
Yeah.
gone on record numerous times I do not like him as a head football coach. I
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah. True. But unfortunately, this week I'm going to go with the Raiders to beat the Pats.
I expected as much. Feels bad, man. We have another split because I couldn't make myself go with Josh McDaniels, even though they are at home.
Yeah.
I think that the Patriots have been embarrassed the last 2 weeks. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of trusting them to get off the schneid and
Mm-hmm.
try to put those embarrassments behind them. And so
Yeah.
I'm taking New England on the road here. It'll be a good
Okay.
statement game for them, which they need.
There we go.
All right, now, Bird, your turn.
Mm-hmm.
We have We have the Cardinals and the Rams in an NFC West showdown.
Yeah, obviously we don't know about the Cardinals. They're just team probably tanking for next year. Even though that 1 week they shot the Cowboys there, nobody saw that coming.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what's up with them. Like, I would have expected them to tank, but they're actually playing fairly well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even when they lose, they're playing not bad.
True.
So I don't
But
know. I don't know what they're doing.
yeah, obviously with me this week, I'm going to take the Rams there to beat the Cardinals at home.
Yep, I am in agreement. The Rams recently traded off Van Jefferson to Atlanta,
Yeah,
which is interesting, but it also frees up Cooper Cup again.
true.
So they shouldn't really miss anything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that the Rams are going to just have one like smooth transition
Yeah.
and
Now
beat
it's
their
the top.
rivals.
Now it's time for Dino to make his pick.
Yep, it certainly is. All right, Rams or Cardinals? Try it again. Oh, well, he decided to keep that one, so I guess it's the Rams then. He threw it back to you, though. Do you want it or not? It's so hard to tell. I think you chose the Rams more, but who's to say? Alright, so if y'all couldn't tell by the short, because it was very difficult this week to get him to actually make a decision, it took like 2.5 minutes, and so I had to cut it down into making it a short, and he was going back and forth and picking both cards. And then finally, he ended up sticking with the Rams.
Hey, so
So
we're all in
once
agreement.
again, he went against the birds. There's only one bird allowed in this house, and apparently it is him. So, yeah, very strange. How long it took. You can see his indecision in the photo, but we got there in the end.
Yep.
All right, next up, speaking of the birds, we've got the Eagles and the Jets.
Yeah. Obviously, Jets there. They shocked me last week by beating the Broncos there in a close game there.
I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Happy for Nathaniel Hackett.
No, happy for Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I could not care less about Nathaniel Hackett, to be fair. I just wanted Zach Wilson to have himself a win. He deserved it after what he did with Kansas City. He deserved a win.
True. But this week they're in a different situation there. So I'm going to take the Eagles to beat the Jets.
Yeah, unfortunately. I like Zach a lot, and I wanted to go with him just for the meme of it all, but yeah, no, I can't do that. I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're taking the Eagles, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Now, if the Jets win, will I be happy? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to risk my season on it, especially not when I'm in first.
Mm-hmm. True.
All right, now my Lions are visiting STS's Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah. Obviously the Bucks coming off a bye there, so they are well rested there, and the Lions they're coming off that huge slaughter win there.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
First in the division does feel nice, I will say.
Yeah. True.
It's different. Like, I'm not really letting myself get absorbed in it because this never happens, and at any moment it can be snapped away. So
Yeah. True.
I'm enjoying it, but it's also really, really weird.
Yeah. But with me there, I'm going another little bit of an upset this week. I'm going to take the Bucks to upset the Lions.
Ooh. Okay. Well, we have another split. I can understand your logic on that, but I don't know. I can't really get myself to go against them this week.
So we have a split.
Yeah, we do. Again.
Okay.
All right, and now this one, if we have a split on this one, I am going to be mortified. We have the Bills hosting the Giants. Please don't tell me we split.
I imagine we won't this week because obviously the Bills need a revenge game after their huge loss in England last week to the Jags. There.
Yeah, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a close game, but they made some very crucial mistakes on the offense late that ended up giving that game away. So
true.
Now, unfortunately for the Giants, they are not Jacksonville. And so I don't think that they're going to have the defensive prowess to capitalize on said mistakes or the offensive prowess to make any turnovers become points.
I'm sure Dino's in agreement with us there.
I know. Von Miller's back. We're very excited.
Yeah.
I know you like him too. I know. Fantastic player.
Yeah. So obviously we're all taking the Bills.
Yeah, all of us.
Dino's guaranteed.
Yep, extra bird pick of the week. There isn't even a bird involved, but yeah. Daniel Jones is overrated. I know, overhyped. Mm-hmm. Never should have been paid.
Yeah, true.
Bad contract.
True.
Yep, I know. Coach of the Year candidate? Really? No, it's too early to tell, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Moving on, while he goes have himself a tizzy, we have our final game of the week with the Cowboys and the Chargers off the bye.
True. Obviously, the Cowboys need a pickup game after getting slaughtered by the Niners there.
Which, I mean, let's be fair. It was the Niners. It was bound to happen.
True.
Unfortunately.
Sadly.
Yeah. Sadly for Dallas, but honestly, just be happy that you scored. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. But with me, this is another team that I think is going to get a pick me up after last week's loss. So I'm taking the Cowboys over the Chargers.
Yep, I 100% agree with you. I do like the Chargers, but I can't really believe in the Chargers.
True.
It never goes well for me.
True.
And also, the Chargers and the Falcons are both my banes, and so I went with the Falcons earlier. I had to split those. Yeah. Otherwise, the entire week goes to pot.
True.
So I'm in agreement just because of that.
True. But before we forget about week 6, we got announced there are only 2 teams on the bye this week. They are Jordan Love and the Packers and Kenny Pickett and the Steelers there. So they both get a rest this week.
Yeah, the Steelers definitely needed it after last week.
Yeah.
Especially TJ Watt, who dislocated his finger and popped it back into place like a real champ, and then finished the game.
True.
My quarterback actually did the exact same thing when he was in LA, so I'm very happy to see that people still do that.
True. Yeah, and last night I heard at a Penguins hockey game, their fans were shouting their fire Canada, Matt Canada, their offense.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Matt Canada is he's kind of becoming a little bit of a problem. I mean, did you hear about the burner phone thing that he did?
No.
He created like an extra Twitter account with his Steelers official email, and it got traced back to him. But that burner account was talking trash about the Steelers and the coaching and all that stuff. So I'm surprised he still has a job.
True.
I'm surprised that he was not fired from all of the horrible plays that he was doing, but we will see what happens over the bye week and over the off season for sure. If he's still there next year, I'll be stunned.
Yeah, me too. So with that done, let's get on with the rest of the field there.
So you are certainly right. First up in our squad, as always, we have Troll, who went with the Chiefs, saying, "I've seen all the movie stars." Ravens in their fancy cars and limousines. Dolphins, been high in the Rockies under the evergreens. Texans, but I know what I'm needing. The Commanders, and I don't want to waste more time.
Mhm.
Jags. It was so easy living day by day. Over in the UK, obviously. Bengals, out of touch with the rhythm and blues.
Mhm.
Vikings, but now I need a little give and take. The Browns, the New York Times, the Daily News. Took the Patriots. It comes down to reality. Went with the Lions, and it's fine with me because I've let it slide. Took the Rams, don't care if it's Chinatown or up on Riverside. Took the Eagles, I don't have any reasons. The Giants, I've left them all behind. And the Chargers, I'm in a New York state of mind, which you certainly are if you take the Giants over the Bills. Just saying.
Mhm.
But I respect it. It's a solid upset pick.
Yeah.
And next up we have Mr. Agron.
Mhm.
Chiefs over the Broncos. The over-under on Taylor Swift camera shots is going to be 5.
Mhm.
Ravens over the Titans, saying that Lamar Jackson is going to have a rushing yard war with King Henry.
Mhm.
Dolphins over the Panthers. Kick the field goal and get 73 points this time. That'd be awesome. Break your own record. That'd be great.
Mhm.
Saints over the Texans, saying that the engines for the Saints are just getting warmed up.
Mhm.
Falcons over the Commanders. In Bijan we trust.
Mhm.
Jaguars over the Colts. This could go either way, I think, so the coin lands on Jags.
Mhm.
Bengals over the Seahawks. They're going to keep winning if they want to make the playoffs.
Mhm.
Vikings over the Bears. The Bears are trash. I could not agree more. 49ers over the Browns, saying this is not going to be pretty. It's not. It's really not. Patriots over the Raiders. After 2 really bad losses, Belichick is going to have something up his sleeve. Let's hope that we're both right.
Mhm.
Lions over the Bucks. Wonder if SDS is going to say Lions to make Joy happy or go with his usual bias. We shall see. Rams over the Cardinals. Matthew Stafford is going to be launching the ball all over the place, and I'm here for it.
Sure.
Eagles over the Jets. Would love to see myself wrong here.
Yeah.
I agree. Bills over Giants. Giants are worse than the Bears.
Mhm.
That hurts me, and I disagree, but we'll see. And then Cowboys over the Chargers. We're going to turn it around at some point, I hope. Now, let's see if SDS did make me happy.
Okay.
So, SDS's picks. Went with the Chiefs. Over-under for Swift shots during the game currently stands at 6. So he one-upped Mr. Agron with that one. He took the Ravens, saying, running back you versus Derrick Henry. I'm taking the multiple running backs. He took the Dolphins, just asking for an 0-6 Carolina.
Mhm.
He took the Texans over the Saints, saying Ohio State QB versus a team infested with Ohio State alumni. I lose no matter what, so I might as well drag the Saints down with me.
Okay.
He took the Commanders, saying maybe a Heineke revenge game late, but the Falcons are dumb, so Ritter is still the starter. He did finally have a plus 300-yard passing game last week when they came back to win. So, maybe he just had to find his footing. I'm just putting that out there. I still love the Heineke. I wish that he was starting, but we'll see. He took the Jags, possible Minshew revenge game, but I'm taking the Jags offense over the Colts defense.
Yeah.
He took the Seahawks, saying that the Bengals have the consistency of sausage gravy.
Mhm.
Yum. He went with the Bears, saying that the spirit of Dick Butkus remains with the team. Also, the carrier USS Jefferson went on IR, which is fair and something that I didn't really realize until late. So we'll see. Went with the 49ers, saying, do I even really need to explain? No, you don't.
Yeah.
Raiders over the Patriots. Former Belichick assistants usually get the win against him.
Mhm.
He took the Lions, so he did make me happy. And he said to take my win. We'll get ready for the Falcons next week. Side note, please, Detroit, wear your throwbacks for this game too.
Mhm.
Probably not, but it would be kind of cool to have a total throwback game in general.
Yep.
He took the Rams, asking the Cardinals not to give him false hope about pulling upsets again. He took the Eagles, saying that he's a bit iffy about them now, but hurts greater than that mofo Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you did there. I appreciate the joke, and I'm here for it. I like it. Then he took the Bills, saying, okay, now we will see another 70 points. I don't think so, personally, but we'll see. And then he took the Chargers, asking them not to charger because Dallas is ripe for the kill.
Yeah.
Sketch. Little sketchy, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And next we have John, who said the Chiefs because Denver is just so bad.
Yeah.
He took the Ravens, but he heavily debated taking the Titans upset for the pendulum. He went with the Dolphins. He went with the Saints, asking them not to make him look bad twice.
Mm-hmm.
He went with the Commanders, saying that they had a rough time with the Bears, sadly, but I forgot the B on that one, my bad. But this will resemble them more. He took the Jags, saying that they will probably have jet lag, but he's going with them anyway. He took the Seahawks, trusting them off the bye. He went with the Vikings, no reason needed. 49ers, even off the bye, I'm not picking Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Went with the Raiders, saying that the Pats have no offense. And then he took Lions, Rams, Eagles, and Bills, before finally ending it with Cowboys, saying that he will break his bye-week philosophy for Papa.
There you go.
Yep. And then we have Buff.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm.
We have him taking the Chiefs, just saying, meh. He took the Ravens, because why not? Mm-hmm. He took the Dolphins, although he would love a Panthers win, but Bryce is mid. He took the Texans, saying Ohio State QBs be built different.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Commanders over the Falcons. I mean, he went with the Jags, saying that they have looked good.
Yeah.
He took the Seahawks because he can.
Mm-hmm.
He took the Vikings over the Bears because a high school team could beat the Bears.
Yeah.
Thanks, Buff. Appreciate you. 49ers because team to beat until further notice. Also, boo. Big boo to Cleveland. He took the Raiders because the Patriots are trash. Sadly, I actually agree with that. They kind of are. He went with the Lions, saying to beat the worst throwback unis in the league. He went with the Rams, saying, I mean, really? He took the Eagles, just, well, it's the Eagles. He took the Bills with a shrug. Like, there's really nothing to say about this one. And then he took the Chargers, just simply saying, the Herbinator.
Yeah.
I love that name for Herbert. I really, really do. Justin Herbert being the Herbinator gives me so much joy. I cannot even express it. That is amazing. It's like the Dominator from Arizona, but better.
Yeah, sure.
I love that.
Yeah.
So that wraps up week 6, right on time, actually. We made a really good time with this one. Any final words about the week and etc.?
Obviously, enjoying the week there and playing your fantasy teams at a pace there that some of them won't be injured.
Amon Ra should be back. I'm so happy. I missed out on him last week, and I had to start freaking Alan Lazard in his place, and I was sad.
Yeah. And again, welcome back to Joy. There, our Queen Bee.
Thank you. I'm so happy to actually be back. Computer's working fine. Monitor's giving me a little bit of fits here and there. I got to restart some things and install updates and whatnot. But we're working. We're back up. Hopefully this means content can be more steady and routine.
Yeah.
But if not, then I know I have a very strong community of people who are more than willing and able to help me out with this series if my other ones fall down. So I appreciate y'all for being there.
True.
And thanks for holding down the fort for me last week, Steve.
Not a problem there. And obviously, thank you to John for giving me the assist there.
Oh, yeah. Big thanks to John.
Yeah.
Thanks to John, Jonas, everybody playing along, you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been fantastic.
True. And obviously, hit the like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell for all future versus segments we do.
Yep, definitely. Every single Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, I shall bid y'all adieu. Have a joy-filled day. Check out the links down below for the usual stuff, and we will see you guys next week for week 7 of the NFL Predictions Versus.
Thank you, everyone. See you next week.